Lexa trikru, commander of the 13 clans, the wisest and strongest commander to have ruled the Rounders, lover of candles and Clarke. Today, we'll analyze Lexa as a TV character to assert if she's a quality LGBTQ+ character or a fraudulent role. Let's find out in Queerbait or Good Rep. Hey, my name is Jem. As the Bechdel test calls out for gender inequality in fiction, we're gonna be using the Biro-Brusso test that sets some points for good LGBTQ+ representation. And because of the purposes of the show, and because 2016 happened, I added a bonus point to it, because LGBTQ+ fans deserve better. Now, the goal here is not to simply discourage everyone about their favorite characters, but to bring awareness to writers, producers, and creators, since I'm one of them, on how important it is for us, the LGBTQ+ fans, to have good representation and how easy it can be. This time, I decided to go with a very beloved and controversial character, Lexa trikru from The 100. Without more ado, let me jump right into it. Number 1. The character is identifiably LGBTQIA+. Yes, although in The 100 there's no real talk about sexual orientation or labels, Lexa does mention a past female lover and also falls in love with Clarke, the female lead of the show, making her a woman who loves women, aka LGBTQ+. Number 2. The character is not solely or predominantly defined by their sexual orientation or gender identity. Yes. Like I said, there's no talk about sexual orientation, and so Lexa is by no means defined by being attracted to women. She's more defined by being the commander, a leader to her people. Number 3. The LGBTQ+ character is tied into the plot in such a way that their removal will have a significant effect. Yes. Lexa was the leader of the Grounders, and one of the very few who didn't completely hate the Sky People, the main characters, making her the only real hope for them to have a somewhat decent life on Earth. So you know, she's quite important for the balance of the show. So far so good, right? Yeah, remember that bonus point that I added because 2016 happened? Number 4. The LGBTQ+ character doesn't fall under any harmful trope. No. Sadly, Lexa was one of the many who fell under the very harmful bury your gays trope in 2016 via the always original stray bullet. Now, I understand people die, queer or not, so it's going to happen on series and films, but let me point out that unless it's Game of Thrones, where everyone dies left and right, there are some factors that help us to determine if our beloved queer characters fall under the bury your gays trope. In this case, Lexa does fall under the bury your gays trope because stray bullet? Really? But for real, she died from a stray bullet to the mouth of the stomach, while other straight character Jasper survived a spear to the chest in season 1. Clarke was able to medically aid and save him after hours of being speared, but not Lexa after seconds of being shot. See where I'm going? Anyway, I shall be doing this sort of explanation accordingly for each fictional world and its rules. Verdict: much like the Titanic, it was the LGBTQ+ representation of our dreams, but it catastrophically sank. At the 4th point, Lexa failed. So here's my easy fix for it. In this case, Lexa fell into a very harmful trope in a very stupid way. So how could we had prevented this? Well, you see, Alicia Devnan Carey, the actress who played Lexa, was set to leave because she landed a lead role in another show. Let's say she had to die because she could have run off to the hills or something. But let's say she really had to die. Well, she was a commander who was kind of betraying her people's traditional and violent ways, so they didn't kill Clarke and the whole lot of the Sky People. There were some very angry Grounders because of this. So why not have her die in a battle or a fight against them and also being outnumbered, since she was made clear to be a phenomenal warrior who could defeat other great warriors and also much bigger men than her. It could have made way more sense for her character, the fictional world she lived in, and its rules. If you like this video, please consider subscribing or becoming a Patreon so I can keep analyzing characters. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Leave your very own fix for Lexa, so maybe some writer or creator who was thinking of lazily killing off a queer character can come up with much better solutions for them, or better yet, come up with much better fates for them.